Hi, my friends. Here's a quick tip about these mobile app payment processes. Now, here's the thing: is even with this mobile station, that here's what happens. I've done it twice now. That I run it through the mobile app, and it'll say that there's something wrong with the pump, and it says, transaction is declined. But then what happens is it actually initiates it, and it goes ahead and starts, and then it lets somebody come up behind you and choose gas and start filling up. So I repeat again, here's what happens so I'm clear about this. You say you choose your pump number and all this stuff and through the mobile app, and then what happens is that it'll say that there's something wrong with the pump, it's been declined. So you assume that you can't use the pump. And I've actually done this before. I'm like, well, what I do then? So sometimes I drive to another pump to see if it works, and then it'll just keep saying the same thing again. So there's a software bug in the communication through this app. So what happens? So let me repeat again. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place this one. So here's what happens is, it says declined. If you drive away, it actually activated the pump and you can fill up. Because that's what happened to mine. I said decline. I got out and I said, well, geez, I was going to move on to a different pump. And it said, and all of a sudden it was ready. It said waiting for a choice of, which one to choose, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So then I filled up. So the transaction actually goes through, but the app tells you it's been declined. So double check it. And by the way, don't ever leave, because especially gas prices right now, until you're sure that the transaction either declined or stopped. Because before, the old school, even the old manual ones, that if you didn't hang it up, let's say you ran a credit card, and it says you're full, and if you don't, sometimes if you didn't get it synced all the way and it didn't properly close the transaction, because it does the closing when you hang it up, in with a credit card, that you could still, somebody can come behind you and still fill up. I had that happen once. I pulled up to a gas pump, right? And the thing somebody hadn't hung it up properly. It looked like it was in there, but it's not. I picked it up and I was like, what's going on here? And I'm like, what? So anyway, and I didn't realize it until I started pushing gas in it. I'd already said, like, why does it already say why does it say like $25 in there already, right? And I was filling up, and I filled up like $50. I'm like, what's going on here? So then I had to talk to the cashier about it. This is like, oh my God, this is like 6 years ago. She said, oh, there's nothing we can do. You actually filled up on somebody else's credit card. And I was like, oh my God. I said, you're kidding me. So I burned $25 in somebody else's card. Anyway, so there's a little tip for you. I'm sure, this world's a mess. It's digital, this, that, but I'm seriously. So pay attention. Take care. Love y'all.